Good morning. You're listening to Senior Scene on your hometown station, 1430 WNAV. I'm Joshua Killian, social media producer with the Anne Arundel County Department of Aging and Disabilities. Today, my guests are Heather Hughes and Mia Rigsby, older adult behavioral health specialists at the Anne Arundel County Mental Health Agency. Welcome back to Senior Scene, Heather and Mia.
Thanks for having us here today, Josh.
Thank you for having us, Josh.
And during the time of year when the nights start to grow long and the days are shorter, developing the skills to improve our mental health resilience becomes increasingly more important. For our listeners who might not already know, can you explain to us what resilience means in the context of mental health?
Certainly, Josh. So, resilience refers to the ability to manage everyday stressors and challenges. Resilience enables people to shift back along the mental health continuum towards good mental health, which may be acknowledging that something is not, quote, normal within and having the courage to seek help. It's also important to remember that as we age, resilience can look much different. So someone may be 85 and showing, just trying to get their affairs in orders and storytelling and being the historian of their family, which would differ from what resilience would look like in someone who is 65. So it's important to remember that.
Okay, well, knowing how important resilience is, could you tell us a bit how community activity and experience influence resilience?
So, having good social relationships is clearly a winning strategy in life. It's tied to greater psychological and physical well being. Josh, it's not surprising that social relationships also matter when it comes to resiliency, in part because they help us feel less stress when we are suffering. Large scale population studies have shown that positive relationships at one period of life predict less depression later. Social relationships are particularly protective for older adults who might face declining cognitive abilities or as health challenges. Participating in activities can be a powerful way to foster resilience because it involves believing in oneself to complete the activity.
And what are some easy ways that an individual can start practicing and building their resilience?
Well, Josh, some ways that a person can practice building their resilience. Research has shown that some people seem to come by resilience naturally, right? However, these behaviors can also be learned. Whether you're going through a tough time now, or if you want to be prepared for future challenges, a person can build resilience, coping skills. One of the ways is by finding purpose in life. Getting setting a goal, believing in yourself to complete this goal, developing a social network, so having friends and family around you that can help you cope with life when life can become too stressful. Also, embracing change. Life changes and we have to embrace the changes and flow with it sometimes. Also, being optimistic can build resilience. Looking at the glasses half full rather than half empty. Also, nurturing yourself. Self-care, taking care of yourself, doing what you like to do can build resilience. And developing problem solving skills, being able to write things down and to weigh the pros and cons of situations. Also, as I said earlier, establishing goals and taking action to complete these goals can give someone a sense of purpose and a sense of resilience.
And can you tell us more about how the Anne Arundel County Mental Health Agency is helping county residents with their mental health and resilience? Can you also take a moment just to give our listeners more information about how to get in contact with the Mental Health Agency and its programs?
Absolutely. So, Anne Arundel County Mental Health Agency was established to help Medicaid recipients and other low income and non insured people in the county who meet certain criteria get the mental health care that they need. Anne Arundel County Mental Health Agency has over 100 programs within the agency to provide county residents with comprehensive, quality, and person centered access to behavioral health and the continuum of care for mental health as well as substance use disorders that promote prevention, recovery, resilience, and health and wellness for our residents who have or who are at risk for behavioral and mental health disorders. So within Anne Arundel County Mental Health Agency, there is a single point of entry to receive any of the services that are provided within the agency. So all one has to do is call the warm line at 410-768-5522 for access and assistance for behavioral and mental health needs. And for some, if you know someone who's out of the county who may need resources, they can dial 988 for services within their county.
And before we wrap up, and importantly, can you tell us when an individual should start consider speaking with a professional for help with their mental health?
Certainly, Josh. So, the American Psychological Association suggests that a person seeks professional help from their primary care doctor or a mental health professional when something in particular causes distress and interferes with some part of their life, particularly when thinking about or coping with the issue that takes up to at least an hour each day and or an issue that causes embarrassment or makes you want to avoid others or avoid the issue in general. Or if the individual is having an issue that causes the quality of life to decrease and it negatively affects either school, work, or relationships or certain changes in your life. And it's always very important to remember if you or someone you know you believe is struggling, it starts with a conversation. It doesn't have to be anything super intense. It can just be how are you doing? I know that was tough. So really just having the courage to speak up, whether it be for yourself or a family or a friend, that's the most important step whenever you start to notice something is the matter.
And lastly, what is the one thing you would like our listeners to take away from our talk today?
So the one thing is that you are not alone. You are not alone, and you are not alone. There are resources out here to help with anything that you're going through. And demonstrating resilience does not necessarily mean that you have not suffered difficulty or stress or distress. It also doesn't mean you have not experienced emotional pain or sadness. The road to resilience is often paved with emotional stress and strain. The good news, though, is that resilience coping skills can be learned. It involves developing thoughts, behaviors, and actions that allow you to recover from traumatic or stressful events in life. Remember, you are not alone. There is help out here for you.
Well, Heather and Mia, thank you so much for coming on the show today.
Absolutely, Josh. Grateful to be here and thanks for having us back again.
Yes, thank you so much, Josh.
If you have any questions about today's show, or if you're interested in any of our programs, please feel free to contact the Department of Aging and Disabilities at 410-222-4257 or visit us online. We also encourage everyone to register for our Senior Activity Center programming, which can be found on our website, aacounty.org/senior-center. Please remember to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at AACO-DOAD, and on our YouTube channel at Arundel Seniors. You can catch Senior Scene first only on 1430 WNAV. Remember to tune into full episodes on our YouTube channel at Arundel Seniors on Thursdays at 10 a.m. This has been Joshua Killian, social media producer with the Anne Arundel County Department of Aging and Disabilities, and you've been listening to Senior Scene on your hometown station, 1430 WNAV.